This is midline. This is indicated sternocleidomastoid. Somewhere here there is carotid vessels, and we need to first parallel the end plates by moving our C-arm in one position or another position depending on the lordosis of the cervical spine. Then I have marked this entry portal for C3, C4 disc. Yes, this is entry point for C3, C4. You can see on the C-arm also. Most important is to feel the carotid pulses. I am able to feel carotid pulses somewhere here. This is the line of carotid vessels. This is midline. Here lies the trachea and esophagus. So you must never push or press too much on carotid vessels, especially when patient is awake. You can induce vasovagal symptoms and there can be problems. So it's better to push esophagus and trachea on the other side. Then you can really feel the anterior aspect of the vertebral column. Now my fingertip is exactly on the C3, C4 cervical spine area. I am not pushing onto the carotid vessels, and from here a small local anesthesia should be given. A small bleb should be raised like this. Now we'll take the nucleoplasty introducing needle. This is nucleoplasty introducer needle. Just to confirm again the entry portion. Show me C-arm, middle finger. I am pushing onto the esophagus and trachea. My finger is on the vertebral column. Shoot. 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 I will confirm it on the lateral. Now there is no need to take AP view. Now everything has to be done in lateral view. So we are lying in posterior 1/3 of the C3, C4 disc, which is our target area. So we want to make 2 lesions in the posterior 1/3. Now next step is to remove the stellate. This is the stellate. Now this has to be replaced with a nucleoplasty cervical band. After taking out the stellate from the cannula, we have to replace it with the nucleoplasty band. This nucleoplasty band is very fine tip. Hardly you can see the tip. It's only a millimeter thin, less than that. And it has a swiveling device here. With that you can rotate the tip. By this you should make a lesion inside the disc. When I rotate it here, it will rotate inside the soft nucleus pulposus. This is attached with a cord which is going into the nucleoplasty machine. This is the nucleoplasty machine. I am going to introduce the coblation vein into the cannula. This coblation vein remains 2 mm inside than this. So you have to be very careful while putting this. You must not introduce your initial cannula too deep. Otherwise you can go inside the spinal cord. Shoot. You see? Now this is in perfect position. So first outer cannula should always remain 3 to 4 mm outside. Now we are well in place. This is the area which is good for first lesion. Now I will press a coagulation button for half a second. If we are close to a motor nerve, then patient will jump. Now is fine. Now we will start with the actual nucleoplasty procedure, where I am going to rotate this needle, the nucleoplasty vent, for a 360 degree turn, taking around 5 to 8 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. Now to make another lesion, we have to come around 3 to 4 millimeter backwards. This will be our last lesion into the center of the disc. Should continue. Okay. This is the tip after withdrawal. You can see there is signs of charring and coagulation present. Some disc material also is coming with this. So you should not withdraw the outer cannula without putting the inside sleeve. Put the inside sleeve again, fix it with the rope, then press it gently and take it out. That's all. Gauze piece, please. Incision. This is the actual portal of entry, line of sternocleidomastoid, line of carotid vessels. This is midline, and this is C3, C4 junction. Just a small band-aid, and I usually give a soft collar for 2 to 3 days and ask our patients to take rest for a day or two. We always give 2 grams of cefazolin or Supacef injection for antibiotic to prevent any discitis. Band-aid, please. Yeah. Thank you.